Greetings, South Africa, and to everyone watching from around the globe. In what can only be described as one of the most dramatic turns in recent South African politics, the unexpected removal of Julius Malema, Commander-in-Chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, has stunned the nation and reverberated through the halls of Parliament, the streets of townships, and the digital landscapes of social media. With this single moment, the trajectory of political discourse in South Africa may have changed forever. What started as an ordinary political session quickly turned into a historic event, one that would divide opinion, spark heated debates, and trigger a flood of emotional reactions from across the spectrum. Malema's sudden ousting has been described by some as a tactical maneuver rooted in power games, while others see it as a necessary intervention to preserve order, decorum, and constitutional integrity. But to his supporters, this act reeks of suppression and political sabotage. It felt personal. It felt coordinated. It felt like war. Within minutes of the announcement, outrage flooded the nation. Twitter became a battleground, Facebook timelines transformed into platforms of protest, and TikTok saw an outpouring of emotional messages, some tearful, some enraged, some shockingly celebratory. It was as though the political ground had shifted beneath our feet. The question on everyone's lips: what exactly happened behind closed doors, and who benefits from Julius Malema's removal? Throughout his controversial career, Malema has been a disruptor. A powerful voice for the disenfranchised, he has stood boldly against the establishment, calling out inequality and institutional corruption with unapologetic fire. His removal is not just about one political figure. It's about what he represents to millions of South Africans: defiance, resistance, and a cry for economic liberation. Whether you agree with him or not, his impact is undeniable. In the chambers of Parliament, where political decorum is often expected, Malema brought thunder. He asked the uncomfortable questions. He dared to speak the truths others whispered. His critiques of the ruling party often left them scrambling for responses. Now, with his presence abruptly eliminated from that space, the silence feels louder than his voice ever was. And yet, not everyone is mourning. For some in rival political parties, this is a moment of relief, a perceived victory, a chance to recalibrate the energy in Parliament. Whispers of restoring order and reigning in chaos echo through ANC and DA ranks. Some lawmakers claim that his removal was long overdue, citing repeated breaches of parliamentary rules, incitement of public unrest, and what they call populist extremism. But even among those who disagree with Malema, there's an undeniable sense of caution. What precedent does this set? When a powerful opposition figure can be removed without extensive public explanation or transparent process, are we not inching closer to the kind of authoritarian behavior South Africa once fought so hard to overcome? Critics argue this moment transcends party politics. It's about the integrity of democracy itself. The youth are particularly vocal. The streets of Johannesburg, Pretoria, and Cape Town are buzzing with students, activists, and first-time voters who see Malema as their generational symbol. Whether it's the land or death slogan or the iconic red beret, the symbolism has always mattered. To them, his removal is a slap in the face to the struggle for transformation. It's not just political, it's personal. And they're ready to fight. On university campuses, student councils aligned with the EFF have already begun organizing solidarity marches. Community halls across Limpopo and KwaZulu-Natal are filled with red shirts, fists raised, voices unified. There's a rumbling happening. A reminder that political emotion in South Africa is never lukewarm. It runs red-hot through every fiber of the nation's being. Malema himself has not remained silent. In a fiery online address streamed to hundreds of thousands of viewers, he labeled the move cowardly and declared it a warning to all freedom fighters that the system fears the truth. With his characteristic fire, he spoke directly to the youth, calling them to action, reminding them that revolution is not for the faint-hearted. His words echoed across living rooms, mobile phones, and taxi radios. Mainstream media outlets are scrambling to interpret the implications. Political analysts are divided. Some say this could fracture the EFF, leaving a leadership vacuum that may embolden rivals. Others predict a surge in public support for Malema, especially if he frames this as a martyrdom moment, something he's done before with great success. International observers are watching closely. South Africa, long viewed as a beacon of democracy in Africa, now finds itself under scrutiny. The removal of a high-profile opposition leader, regardless of the circumstances, sends ripples beyond its borders. Civil rights organizations and democratic watchdogs are already calling for an independent review of the process that led to this moment. The eyes of the world are now fixed on what South Africa does next. As the days unfold, one thing is clear. This is not the end of Julius Malema. If anything, it may be the beginning of a new chapter, one that's written outside of parliamentary walls, but no less powerful. Whether through mass mobilization, grassroots campaigns, or digital platforms, Malema's political presence is too deeply woven into the national fabric to be erased overnight. For those who believe in his vision, his removal only fuels the fire. For those who oppose him, it may seem like a triumph, but it is unlikely to be the last. South Africa's political theater is as dynamic, dramatic, and volatile as ever. In the coming weeks, tensions will rise. Protests may erupt. Alliances could shift. And through it all, the voice of the people, fractured as it may be, will remain the most powerful force of all. As we watch this story unfold, one thing is certain. South Africa is once again standing at a crossroads. The decisions made now by leaders and citizens alike will echo into the country's future. Will this moment be remembered as a just action taken for the sake of order, or as the spark that reignited a political revolution? Only time will tell. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth political analysis, breaking news, and stories that shape our democracy. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of truth. And if this story moved you, whether you stand with Malema or not, leave a comment below. Let your voice be heard. This is not just a story. It's history in the making. Subscribe now. Stay informed. Stay engaged.